Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend of the channel, and content creator of the amazing course, How to Get Started, One Rental at a Time, Mr. Lumberjack Landlord. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome. And that's a lot of words, Mike.
Yeah, that's a lot of words. I don't think I could repeat it because I actually have no idea what I said.
don't pop quiz me because I know I can't.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I used to do in my sales. I said some good stuff. Anybody record it?
Exactly. Yeah, so it's like, man, I was on right there.
Yeah, just
what was said, can't even remember.
Yeah. Sometimes I left meetings and I'm like outer body experience. Don't even know I was there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was there. Yeah. Anyways, so what I want to talk about here in our episode number 2 is I want to give some coaching advice to players in 2022.
Yeah.
Right? I want to specifically, this is actually the person I want for this. They're in the stands. They're tired of being a spectator. They don't have any rental units yet, but they want to be a player. These are the people that I want to help. If you want to sit in the stands and talk about prices and values and not know anything, can't help you, spectator. But if you are interested in becoming a player who's willing to practice and do the work and all those things, that's the person I want to talk to here. Matt, what's the first couple of things you would tell them to do?
I mean, I think the first couple of things I would tell them to do is, if they haven't bought your book, buy your book. That's the first thing I would tell them to do, because it gives perspective and it gives a story.
Yeah.
And then I think understanding that everybody that you're listening to is filtering it through their own experiences.
Absolutely.
And so I think that the most important thing that we bring, why I love being a part of your channel and what we do, is it's understanding people's perspective, what their journey was and how they got to where they got to. And I think that none of us, all of your millionaires, all of us, literally the entire group, none of us went out to become YouTube stars.
No, God, no.
None of us, literally none of us. And none of us went out to do this to make money off of YouTube. None of us.
No.
So I say that to say that if you're watching people that are there to get clicks, or they're doing live streams so they can get you to pay $5 or $10 to hear a market or see a market on a graph, I got news for you. That data is available. The data is available for free. You don't need him to read it for you. Number one. But I think that most importantly, like I said, is I think people do things through their own, their own lens. I mean, for you and for me, what I'm proud about what we do is on the market side, when it comes to the stock market, we never ever tell people don't be investors in the stock market.
Not at all.
We just say we sucked at it. Yeah,
we suck. Too much pain.
Yeah, too much pain. Not good for us.
Yeah, I hope it goes to the moon. I hope you all win. I don't.
Right. Care. We feel like it's largely rigged.
It's a casino and a half.
Right.
But it's sometimes you win in a casino.
All good. More power to you. Absolutely. If you feel like that's your best way to create wealth, by all means,
go nuts.
All we're saying is that there's 9 people a week that show up on one rental at a time that tell you exactly how rich they got based on doing buy and hold real estate or any number of different strategies, but largely buy and hold.
Largely buy and hold. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. I think what I'm coming to appreciate, because again, I'm a human being, right? I try to act like a robot, but I'm not. And it's annoyed me for a while, but yeah, this whole spectator versus player thing is just so crystallized for me.
It is.
And, so I want to talk to the people that are interested in being players. Maybe you were suckered into being a spectator and booing and shouting because of other channels. It sounded good. Most of their channels are awesomely produced. Folks, I will never produce a video. I hit record, I hit stop, I hit publish. I don't have walkout music. I don't have pretty graphs. I don't need to sell my story on sizzle, right? It's on reality. It's on doing the work.
It's only steak here.
It's only steak. Yeah, it's only
steak.
It's only beef. Where's the beef? Right here. That other channel is, yeah, anyways. So what I would tell players to decide is, like if you're in the stands today and you're like, you know what? My life hasn't changed since last year. And oh, by the way, the real estate market's up 20%. Debt is still remarkably cheap. Rents are up. I mean, what did you learn listening to those other folks? What I would ask you to do is stop listening and go pick a market, create a buy box, look at that buy box for 60 days and make your own decision. I don't want you to listen to me, right? I don't know. I get asked all the time about different markets. Unlike some folks who want to go get graphs and get paid $5, I just say, I don't know.
Right.
If you want to ask me about Fresno, California and a couple of zip codes, I'll probably give you my opinion because I look at it every day and I have for 20 years.
Right.
But that's it. I won't even give you an answer about where I live. Mountain View, California. No idea. I live here. I haven't looked at the numbers. No clue. Sounds crazy expensive. But that means I'm doing 1 out of 400 markets.
Right. Right.
I just want others to do the work.
So I think so. 2 things. One is I don't want people to stop watching that. I want them to watch everything else.
Oh, cool.
I want informed opinions. That's why I still watch it. I still watch channels like that.
I refuse. I don't need that negativity in my head, man.
You're more adult than I am. We've all established that. We get it. You're nicer. You're more adult. We get that. I'm an angry
nicer. I don't know if I'm more adult, but I'm.
Oh no, definitely more adult. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I goad him all the time on his channel, and he's like literally there's people from my channel going to his channel saying, you need to debate the lumberjack landlord. I'll debate him any day of the week. And in fact, if he can get more people to agree with him than I can get to agree with me, I'll give $1,000 to his favorite charity. I'm ready. Game on.
Let's go.
Because it really is that important to me, because I think all it takes for the wrong narrative or evil to win is for good to do nothing. And I'm here to do good.
There you go.
So I'm ready. I'm lumberjacked up. I'm ready to have those conversations because I want people listening to everything. I listen to everything.
Okay.
But I've done all of the work and I understand how those pieces and parts play in.
Mm-hmm.
And what I recognize, my biggest takeaway from watching his live streams, my biggest takeaway is that a ton of people that watch my channel watch his channel. Number 2, 99% of the questions that he gets asked in his live stream are Tampa, Raleigh, Boston, Delaware, Austin, Dallas. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Here's $5. Tell me what it is. Spectators, you're literally looking for somebody to give you a financial housing forecast for $5. You probably should save the $5.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's lazy. It's stupid and lazy.
Oh, I don't know. Was there any word that's worse than that? Because that is financial. That's financial suicide.
It is. You're really so you're looking for an expert to give you an expert opinion on your market, somebody that you're deeming an expert, and you're willing to lay a Finsky on it. You're a jackass. Plain and simple. It's just dumb. You need to do the research. Is it going to be your money or not? Is it going to be your investment of your time or not? And so that's the perspective that I have is that I can promise you this. Mike and I'm going to go out on a limb. We are never, ever, ever doing live streams where we're asking you to pay us $5.
I never
tell you about a market. Not gonna do it. We won't tell you about other markets, period, unless we've done some work in them, or we know an investor, or then we say, hey, we haven't, but this guy has, right? And so from my perspective, that's the part that's most important to me is I don't want all the work that I'm doing to get canceled out by this guy, right? So it's about confronting that, but I think it's also about the perception of and where he gets his perception. He was in college during the crash.
Okay.
He was in college during the entire Great Recession.
Okay.
He came to market. His first job, number 1, was as an underwriter for a small equity firm that did commercial mortgages in 2012. Oh, I'm sorry, but that's not germane to really any of the things that we talk about on our channels when it comes to buy and hold real estate. Nor does it give you the skill set needed to understand what's going on in a market. So that's what I look at. And I say, people need to consider that everybody giving opinion is giving it through their lens.
Right.
Number 1. Number 2 is how successful have they been in working through that lens? What are their cred? What's their street cred? You know, I'm not looking for hitting tips from a guy who hit 167 in the majors,
or worse yet, never even played. Yeah.
So all due respect to the guy's resume, he's sharp. He's actually got a BS in economics, literally and figuratively speaking.
I know someone who has one of those as well. Yeah.
Last time isn't yours a master's?
I have a BS in economics. It was the undergrad and an MBA on top of that. Yes.
Yeah. So he's kind of short that second degree, which actually the economics degree is important, but what's most important is the MBA of knowing how to use it, how
Yeah.
to implement it, understanding what things mean. And so I think that's the critical disconnect. Is so when I look at that, I really want people to be encouraged that just because you're hearing it from one YouTuber or 3 YouTubers or 5 doesn't make it the case. Be balanced, be balanced, take data from both sides and try and formulate your own opinion. But when you're doing the work supporting that, you'll start to see things uncover. You'll start to see it.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. Forget it. No, I want to feed stuff again. Maybe it's just me, but I have to control what I put in my head. Right. Because again, I noodle on things all the time. Right. And if I'm feeding that negativity crap, that is so it'll either A, piss me off, or B, it'll distract me from doing the work.
Mine just goes like this. It's direct line. In
Direct
out mouth. I have no filter. It comes out way it goes.
Yeah. So I sit on it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what I would tell people to do, what I would tell people to do is real estate is hyperlocal. You hear it all the time.
It is.
Even on my channel, I talk about national numbers because I have a national presence. I believe everybody out there can do the work on their buy box in 20 minutes a day. Within 60 days, you will know if it's a good or bad market. My opinion doesn't matter. And again, I want to say this: if the national market falls 20%, there will be some markets that crush it. It's just how it works. And again, real estate investing is about how hard your money is working. Down payment, make ready, cash flow, yield, all of these things. Spectators have no idea what I just said. They look at a price chart and go, hey, it's more expensive today than yesterday. I mean, come on. There are so many other variables to consider. Cost of debt isn't a half. Inventory is here. I mean, it's just silly. So,
cost of debt, money in the market, wage increase, ground zero inflation, material costs. Mike, this is why God bless people that are smart, but this is why no AI platform will ever work. Ever. There's far too many variables. There's far too much inefficiency of human in the process that AI will never make that work. It's just flat out. And so by looking at a graph or 2 graphs or 3 graphs, I can debate either side of it. Like I can say that there's going to be a crash in some markets, but I have no idea when, I have no idea why, and I have no idea how long out it's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Bet on that.
Yeah. So good luck not buying for 3 more years, because I will counter something that you said earlier, which was, something to the effect of, the spectators, nothing's changed. Here's what's changed. They didn't make 20% on their real estate this year.
Oh, yeah.
They
don't have they don't have lifetime low 30-year debt.
Right.
It's already
and
up.
Worse is banks want to see people that have done this before.
Yeah.
So when things get tight and you're trying to do your first deal, you're out. They're not going to pay attention to you. They just aren't, because they're not going to take the risk that what you're doing. If you're already a landlord, they're more likely to take risk and give you a second loan than if you're a first-time landlord. Just fact.
Yeah. So in the end, as we wrap up this episode, I want to keep talking to players. Again, players can come out of the stands. Players can be doing the work, all of that. We're here to help you. If you're a spectator and just want to boo and throw popcorn at people, I'm not here for you. Matt, how can people find you?
Come to my channel, throw popcorn at me. I'm fine. I'm good. Young Blue Jack Landlord on YouTube, and Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack at 8:00 tonight, or 8:00 Thursday night Eastern time, and 11:30 Eastern time on Sunday. We will be doing 3 hours there of real estate fun.
Very cool, man. Thanks again.
Thanks, Mike.